TCI Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Tonight from Dondero High School, it's the Kimball Knights taking on the Dondero Oaks. Hello again, everyone. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson here, and tonight it's the Battle of Royal Oak. And Joe, last time these two teams met, it was Kimball decisively over Dondero.
Yeah, Kimball by 20 the first time they met, one of only 2 victories they've got on the season. Dondero, on the other hand, 8-1 in their league, Division 4 of the OAA, 0-6 in their non-league games. So don't let the records fool you overall. Kimball's probably the favorite coming in.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the key players, and right now let's take a look at Cousins for Kimball.
Yeah, Cousins is getting about 15 points a game for the Knights, and he's their main guy. Was a very big player in their first victory. You've got to shut him down. That's the thing that John Sebastian's concerned about on the Dondero side, is don't let Cousins get off. Don't let him get 20 or 30 on you, because you can't make up for that.
Okay, and on the other side, we've seen Dondero earlier this year, and they've got a good player also.
Yeah, Dale Wagnitz, he's getting a little bit over 10 points per game, about 6-7 rebounds a game. He's one of their solid guys up front. He's got to play a tough game inside. They want to get a lot of scoring inside. He's shooting around 56% inside, and that's where they want to get the ball. They don't want to rely on the outside shot too much.
Okay, that's the story on tonight's game. We'll be back with the tip-off right after these messages. Stay with us.
The TCI Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Modernistic Carpet Cleaning, Comet Burgers in Royal Oak. Buy 1 burger, get 1 free when you mention TCI Sports. Mike's Market Share Coupon Book, and by Bell Tire.
I'm the king.
Of rock and roll?
No, coupons. I'm Mike Gauthier. Some people call me the king of coupons because nobody brings you bigger savings than my Market Share Coupon Book. Having trouble saving money? Then do what the Tripp family does. Carry the book, Mike's Market Share Coupon Book. You'll save thousands on things you use every day, like eyeglasses, oil changes, and cleaning from companies you trust. But you can't save unless you carry the book. Remember, you'll save a king's ransom using my Market Share Coupon Book.
Rumor has it, Comet Burgers is definitely the place to be seen in downtown Royal Oak. After the party, out for dinner, just looking for cold soft drinks, great burgers and fries, milkshakes or pizzas. Comet Burgers is the place to run into just about anybody.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Even old what's-his-name. Comet Burgers, they're out of this world.
When you call Modernistic, we'll show up with this, $35,000 worth of carpet and upholstery cleaning technology. Call the competition, they'll probably show up with this. Our truck-mounted equipment can professionally clean your carpets with 10 times the power of portable cleaners, removing dirt, harmful bacteria, pollens, and more. The competition can't. Of course, there is one thing the competition does that we can't. They make a lot more noise.
Modernistic, count on us.
So the tire store guy says, great deal on them tires. You want valve stems? No thanks. Your tires won't work without valve stems. They're extra. Then he told me all the other extras I needed. So guess what happened to my great deal on them tires?
Only Bell Tire gives you out-the-door pricing. You get the guaranteed lowest price, and at Bell Tire, it's the total, complete, everything's included price with absolutely no extras ever.
Bell Tire.
Nobody comes close, nobody's closer.
The TCI Sports Game of the Week. We're at Dondero High School for the Battle of Royal Oak and revenge for the Dondero Oaks as they try to get back at Kimball for their loss earlier in the season. Kimball 0-9 in the conference, 2-13 overall, but then they're in a tougher division than Dondero. Dondero comes in 8-1 in the conference, 8-7 overall. And we were talking to Jim Evans earlier before the game, as you see Mike Lewis, and he talked about how these records could be deceiving because coming in to the conference play, Dondero had basically no wins.
Well, they still have no wins, and John Sebastian and the rest of his Division 4 cohorts, other than Hazel Park, have no non-conference wins.
Yeah.
And Kimball, on the other hand, is up in Division 2. Lost a lot of good players last year to graduation, as will happen in high school basketball. But, as we mentioned in the Open, when they did play Dondero earlier in the season, they won by about 20 points. So if nothing else, they've got a shot at being the undisputed kings of Royal Oak.
Let's take a look at the starters for tonight before the tip-off. It'll be Malley, Phillips, Ray, Cantwell, and Cousins for Kimball. Dondero will have DeLeo, Roman, Bonskor, Wagnitz, and Clark.
And Cousins, actually a guard. It's a 3-guard offense that they run, so he will handle the ball quite a bit. He's kind of their Grant Hill type of player, Scottie Pippen type of player. He'll bring the ball up. He'll do it all.
And we're ready for the tip-off of the game. As we start the Battle of Royal Oak last week, we saw the battle for Rochester in an exciting contest. And we hope this one is just as good. And it starts out with a little bit of pressure put on by Dondero as Kimball gets the tip off. There are the officials, Fred Cohen and Gary Jenkins, the umpire. Kimball taking their time, being patient. And the shot from way outside was no good. And throwing it up and getting it to fall was Mike Malley.
Nice follow-up by Malley. The smallest guy on the floor was able to sneak under there, get the offensive board, and literally throw it up, as you said, and it went in.
Malley, a sophomore, and one of the key players for the Kimball team. One of the guys to watch. Dondero working the perimeter now. On the outside, that's DeLeo. Going inside, Bonskor kicks it back out. Passing the ball effectively, in and out. It wouldn't go for Roman, and they get it back out again.
Good offensive rebound by Bonskor, and fortunately he was able to outlet that ball before he fell and would have had a travel call.
So the Oaks get another chance. Clark inside, Bonskor. Nothing there. Good defense.
They had DeLeo open on the weak side, and that's something they're probably going to have to make a skip pass to get it to him. But if they can get the ball to him quick enough, he's going to get an open jump shot.
Malley, the sophomore, showing some experience. He looks like a senior out there in setting up the offense.
You know, the younger guys are going to get playing time when you don't have a good record, which is one of those things that's going to happen for you. Again, you lose a lot of seniors while you develop for next year with sophomores and juniors. It's going to pay off big time tail end of this year and at the start of next season.
Kimball working the ball, trying to force it inside, and they get a foul, and it's going against Kimball. Adam Ray, getting the foul.
Yeah, push off inside.
Foul on 54, Adam Ray, the first foul of the game. And Dondero will get the ball now to set up. 5:50 and counting here in the first quarter. In the paint, just waiting for the ball, was Bonskor. He couldn't get it to fall. And Joe, I think he should have made a move to the hoop.
Well, Wagnitz did a good job of drawing actually a triple team to himself. And I don't think Bonskor expected to get that in the middle of the key. I think he had to get rid of the ball, though, or one of the two of them was going to get a 3-second foul.
Kimball really double and triple teaming everybody with the ball, doing a good job of getting Bonskor some pressure that time. He couldn't even score, and he was right underneath.
Well, Bonskor and Wagnitz both shooting over 50% inside on the season, but Kimball doing a good job of preventing them from getting it. If you're going to look at anything positive from Dondero's side, they're crashing the boards, getting a lot of offensive rebounds.
Only one score in the game so far. Mike Malley, the sophomore, throwing up a prayer almost and getting that one. Here again, they're trying to force those passes, it looks like, Joe. For three-point range, Malley couldn't hit, and a whistle underneath, no basket.
Good offensive
and the foul, rebound. The foul goes to Bonskor.
Adam Ray with the offensive rebound. We're seeing both sides crash the offensive boards. Might be also a case of neither defense doing an effective job of boxing out. Again, no basket, but Kimball does retain possession underneath the basket.
Jeff Wright will check in as you see the replay. And the foul. Wright is number 22 there, checking in for DeLeo. From outside, won't go, gets his own rebound. Malley tried to pass it inside to Ray, and it was stolen there by Dondero.
Yeah, nice step in by Wagnitz, and good no-look pass, just didn't quite have the angle to be able to make that play.
Dondero working the baseline, and there's the first one for the Oaks.
Yeah, Wagnitz with the turnaround jumper, but again, you saw a triple team as they all collapsed down low. It seems as though Kimball's telling Dondero, if you're going to beat us at some point, you're going to have to hit outside jump shots with your guards.
You saw Dondero in our earlier game in the season against Clausen. Wagnitz was the big player in that game, as we see John Sebastian looking on.
Well, here you'll see Wagnitz get it on the low block, turn around and get the jump shot to go. And again, you could see 3 Kimball Knights around him. Good job of shooting under coverage.
Turnovers, Kimball 3, Dondero nothing, and the scoreboard really doesn't show anything right now as it's all tied up at 2 apiece. The steal by Malley and then stolen right back by Roman.
Would that be a turnover each way?
That sure would. Inside. Wagnitz gets it blocked by Ray.
That'd be his second foul.
Yeah. So they're working it inside against the big guy, Adam Ray, 6'6", 220. Let's take a look.
And if you're Dondero, if you can get this guy out of the game, that's going to allow these big guys to get underneath. That helps you shoot 50% from the low blocks.
So Wagnitz goes to the line. Adam Ray already with 2 fouls.
Wagnitz now 3 points, 3 rebounds. And I think all 3 rebounds, or at least 2 of the 3 rebounds on the offensive end.
Checking in for the Kimball Knights is number 50, and that is Schwake, Chris Schwake. And going out is number 20, Joe Phillips. Wagnitz hits them both. And that's a 4-2 game. Another sub coming in, and that's Justin Kaufman for Dondero. Heading out is Bonscore.
Bonscore 6'3" comes out. Kaufman 6'6", 250 comes in. Probably pound on Adam Ray a little bit if he's still on the floor. I think, now they did sit Adam Ray down, but this might, somebody 6'6", if you can get their 6'6" guy out, it should be an offensive advantage.
Good hustle by Dondero and not committing a foul, but creating a fast break for Kimball, and we've got a foul underneath, and Kaufman comes in, picks up a foul.
Yeah, Cantwell got the ball. Kaufman tried to get position. It's a good call by the official. He wasn't able to get himself planted.
Let's take a look as the attempted steal here by Dondero, and turns into a madhouse now down in the other end of the court.
Yeah, it's a little ragtag here, and then finally Malley picks the ball up, able to get control of it and get it ahead to Cantwell, who was able to draw the foul and just hit that free throw, bring the score to 4-3.
Cantwell, the junior, good size, 6'4", hits both shots, and a whistle and a foul here.
Well, the signal he gave is an intentional foul.
And it's on Scott Cousins, so that'll be a technical, looks like, coming up. Well, the shoot 2.
Intentional, it's not a technical, but intentional foul is 2 shots and the ball. And there was a little talking going on after that last free throw along the baseline, but Cousins wasn't near there, so there must have been something else going up near the free throw line.
So it is a technical, Joe. They are shooting. No?
Intentional foul. Intentional is 2 in the ball. I mean, the only reason that the difference matters is if Scott Cousins gets a technical later in the game, he's not out.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So
it makes a big difference.
Yeah, and remember, if you were to get 2 T's and get kicked out, you're also kicked out.
Okay. Wagnitz hot at the line, has hit all 4 of his at the free throw line. Makes it a 6-4 game as Mike Lewis looks on.
Well, Mike Lewis told us that, hey, our guys are going to play real hard, and we hope we can beat these guys again, but this is going to be a much closer game. And, hey, you're in their gym, and it is a city rivalry, and it's, there had to be a bit of a wake-up call for Dondero the last time that they lost to these guys.
Kimball putting the pressure on. They go inside. Hot from there. This time wouldn't roll in for him. And the ball goes right in the hands of Cantwell.
They're getting the shots they want, though. Getting good open shots on a low baseline.
Kimball to set up. Cantwell outside. There's Scott Cousins. Cantwell driving the baseline. Too hard off the glass. Gets his own rebound and now kicks it back out to Malley. Malley drives, tries to feed it off to Cantwell, but just no room there for that kind of pass.
Well, that's the second blind dish that got knocked away by Malley, and it's good passes, but it's not a good idea when the defense is collapsing as much as Dondero's was.
Dondero working it in the perimeter, trying to get something going inside, and no movement there, so.
Parting of the Red Sea there.
Yeah. Nothing but blue there for the rebound.
You got to convert those layups. Kimball right now is not happy with what they're doing, and Mike Lewis wants a timeout.
So Kimball calls timeout with 2:21 left here in the first quarter, and a low-scoring game, 6-4 in favor of Dondero. Let's go down to the huddle.
Bottom post is open. Let's get the ball down there and go up strong. You're on the bottom block, you're on the high block. If he gets the ball on the bottom block, you want to crash from the backside, or you're looking for that opening, just like we talked when we saw the JV game. I want you to make a post move when you get the ball. Keep moving the ball around. I told you, be patient. The outside shot's going to come. Okay, the ball goes down low, and you have a good look at a perimeter shot. Now it's time to stick it. All right, we're frustrating a little bit. Coach is making some adjustments down there on the box and one. Stay with them. Face guard them. All right, be physical. All right, get a good rebound. We've let them get 2 offensive rebounds. You must block out. Beat them up inside. Defense wins. 1, 2, 3. Defense wins.
Box and one on Scott Cousins, the one guy that they've got to stop. He's right, they will make adjustments to that. But hear what he's talking about on the offensive end. We'll get those open jump shots. You see nobody's shooting the lights out here. That's kind of what we shoot. Well, actually, it's better than what we shoot. But turnovers are killing Kimball right now. The Dondero defense doing a good job of collapsing. Offensively, what Dondero's trying to do is make a couple of those inside shots that they're getting, make the defense come down more. And as he was saying, if we kick it out and you get a good open shot, you've got to take it and you've got to make it.
And not too many shots are going down right now, as you see the score before the clock. There was 6-4 with 2:10 left here in the first quarter. From outside, going up, and it wouldn't go there. That time it was Villerow, Mike Villerow in there.
Another foul on Kimball.
Let's take a look.
You see it'll be on the rebound. It'll be Villerow over the back. And that's a good call. Rebound was clearly in the hands of Kaufman. He got him from behind his first foul, but the fourth already on the Kimball Knights. Dondero with just 2.
He goes inside, and Bonscore back in there. Hits his first 2 points, and the first one other than Wagnitz to get on the board for Dondero.
And he's another of their guys that's shooting real well down low on the season. Got to get more of those shots to go in.
Cantwell trying to make his move, and now back out to Schwake. Schwake tries to go baseline, and they collapse on him there. Cantwell back out up top.
A lot of one-on-one going on there.
Malley trying to find some room to work, and he goes back out. Malley goes the other side. Villerow gives it up to Schwake, and his shot was off, and here comes Dondero.
That was the easiest rebound Dondero's got tonight. They've done a great job on the boards. That time Kaufman didn't have to box out or anything. He was the only guy there, but they've done a good job so far boxing out and getting position for those rebounds.
Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Nothing going there for Dondero.
Well, that's the shot you want. They got it to Jeff Wright, and there was the case where Wagnitz got triple teamed again. They kicked it out. It wasn't a three-point shot, but it was a little bit of an outside shot. A shot from a guard anyway. Almost went in. Still, it's the shot that John Sebastian wanted.
Cousins, his pass over to Cantwell, and now Villerow driving the baseline. Nothing there for him, and Dondero comes up with a stop again. Pass,
Good pass.
Nice pass underneath. Thought he was going for it, and DeLeo is fouled.
Yeah, Wright saw that he didn't have the angle, and he also saw that DeLeo was going to have an open shot. I don't think DeLeo's ready for it. Watch Wright come underneath. Right about here, I think he realizes that's going to be a tough shot to get. No looks it under to DeLeo. Only way to stop him was to foul him. Now he's got 2 at the line. That's the second foul on Cantwell. So now you've got your 6'6" guy Adam Ray with 2 fouls, your 6'4" guy Cantwell with 2 fouls. These are your 2 biggest players from the Kimball standpoint. You're Dondero, and you've got guys that shoot those high percentages inside. That's going to come up big in the fourth quarter for you.
DeLeo, and this is the first one. Steve Villerow is in now, number 40. You saw him. He's down underneath on the far side. Joe DeLeo, the junior, 5'11". And the follow-up is good.
Kaufman off the bench.
Kaufman.
Been getting rebounds. Now he gets the putback.
So DeLeo couldn't hit, but Kaufman makes up for it by hitting the 2. 10-4 lead now for Dondero in the closing seconds of the first quarter. Kimball working for the last shot, and they need one badly. Malley working on a very tough Jeff Wright. That's it at the buzzer. The 3 wouldn't go.
Shot was there.
Good effort by Phillips, but just couldn't hit it.
You got a good open
that'll end
shot.
the first quarter. Yeah.
Good open shot. The fact is, you can't have 4 points in a quarter.
Yeah, and they sure made sure that Dondero didn't get the ball back with any time left on that one.
Yeah,
Well, very low scoring first quarter, the lowest one we've seen in a long time, probably in all the games we've ever done.
Oh, yeah, so far,
let's go down.
4 points that quarter. That's good defense. We must play 4 quarters. First quarter's gone. Now we have 3 quarters in front of us. 0-0 right now. All right, play it like that. Keep pounding it inside. We're gonna go to the line. Make your free throws. Be ready for the trap. You two, be ready for the trap up top if they come at us. If that's the case, I want you in the high post. Look to be flashing high. Okay? You're active in the middle. Keep the defense up. Whose ball? Hey, shot that. It's our ball. Let's have a good possession. No. Defense win. 1, 2, 3.
Well, there you see the two coaches, and
Mike Lewis telling his guys, hey, we got to score.
Yeah.
We got to make those shots and stop turning the ball over. A lot of times they're not even getting a shot off. Right now, John Sebastian's doing a good job of making us look wrong and making Will Pickham look wrong. We both picked Kimball in this game.
Yeah, well, Kimball won decisively in the last game.
We picked Dondero the last time. We were wrong then, too.
Yeah. We saw John Sebastian playing against Clausen and had a chance to do that. There's Jim Evans.
He knows Will Pickham. They got some sort of connection. He's reading the Dondero program. I guess he's already read the Daily Tribune, but since they publicize when our games are on, we ought to mention you can read our picks every Thursday in the Daily Tribune.
That's right.
And watch the game and see whether we were right or wrong.
See us if we're the, what do they call us, the cable guys?
We're the cable guys now. We got defrocked.
You enjoyed it when we were the cable guys.
That was pretty cool.
The 3rd foul now on Cantwell, and that's going to cause trouble for Kimball. Let's take a look. Working it inside. Yep. Wagnitz, nice job, and then there's the foul.
And Wagnitz gets to the line. I think Pat Collar enjoyed it more because he was the HCGIC.
Which is?
Head cable god in charge.
Very good. Cantwell out. Hitting is Wagnitz. Adam Ray came back in. Wagnitz didn't hit there, so Wagnitz 5 of 6 from the line. Darn near perfect except for that last one, and it's 11-4.
And again, Dondero still playing, doing what the coach told him, playing it like it's a 0-0 game, and winning it again.
Dondero again getting their defensive boards. They've been coming up with all those. I haven't seen Kimball come up with too many.
Getting good position, not letting them have second shots.
Now Malley trying to set it up for Kimball. Kimball, their big players, getting in some foul trouble, and that's going to hurt later on in the game. And they have shut down Scott Cousins. He's been the big shooter for Kimball. He has really been quieted. They got the good defenders guarding him.
Boxing one is working.
DeLeo is working on him. And look at this. Adam Ray, the center, comes up with his first 2 points.
Remember, he sat down with 2 fouls early. They didn't have him for most of that first quarter.
11-6, anybody's ball game in this low-scoring contest here at Dondero High School. You call it a defensive struggle here, Joe? Both teams just can't get on.
You know what? The struggle has been on the offensive end.
Yeah. Malley now takes his time, tried to make something happen, and then pulls up. There's Cousins. He's guarded too closely by DeLeo. Wouldn't let him do anything. Ball is loose, and I'll tell you, that's got to be a jump ball. No.
Got him on the arm or on the bodies.
Bonscore called for it, but he looked like he had a clear block. Let's take a look.
Good pass underneath. This is the pass he's been trying to make. He's been making all night, and
I don't know,
I
Joe.
can't see from there where he got him. Maybe he got him on. Again, we couldn't see where he got him on the body, but yeah,
that's his second. Bonscore picks up his second. Checking in for Kimball is Mark Anderson. And going out is Malley. Malley gets a well-deserved break. His first time he's sitting out.
Yeah, sophomore for sophomore substitution.
At the line is Steve Villaro, and he could not hit on the first. We'll get another attempt here.
Villaro, a junior. Again, you see all these guys on Kimball, juniors and sophomores. And they've got four seniors on the roster, but it bodes well for next year. You're getting a lot of playing time for a lot of young guys.
Villaro makes the second. It's 11-7 now, and the pressure put on by Kimball, and it pays off. There's Scott Cousins, and that's what we are used to seeing. The senior puts his first 2 points down, and they come up with another steal. Anderson from the baseline, shots off, and here come the Oaks. Right.
Energy level just stepped up big time for the Knights in the last couple of seconds.
Paul Roman gives it up to Bonscore, and they exchange passes on the perimeter. There's your score, 11-9. 5:30 left in the first half. Spinning, nice move by Clark. Ball is up for grabs. Kimball comes up with it. It's Cousins. Cousins now pushes it up court. He's got a man open underneath, and it's a good shot there for Steve Villaro as he comes up with his third point, and Scott Cousins saw him all the way.
Now, whatever adjustments they made at the end of the quarter is working. And I think Mike Lewis has to be happy. They're finally executing. They're not needing offensive rebounds because they're making the shots, but their defense is creating all of this, whether it be turnovers or defensive boards.
All tied up 11 apiece. You saw Scott Sebastian saying we're tied 0-0 now we really are. There's a hammer underneath, and that one will go against Joe Phillips right over Wagnitz.
And Wagnitz crashing the offensive board that time and drawing the foul. And this is what was working for Dondero in the first quarter. And I think if you're John Sebastian, what you got to do is tell these guys, hey, you know, this is working, just keep doing it. But right now, you're getting out hustled.
There he gets hit right on the head as he goes up. And Wagnitz with his 7th trip to the line here. And he makes it 6 of 7.
8 points, or 5 points, 5 rebounds, I believe. Or how many points does he have? I don't know.
For Wagnitz? That is 8 points.
8 points, 5 rebounds.
8 out of the 12. And he hits another one.
I guess they don't want him getting in foul trouble.
No. Wagnitz is the wrong guy to foul now. If you're on Kimball's side.
If you're Dondero, you don't want him committing any fouls. You don't want him sitting down.
You don't want him out of there. He's their point maker. Kimball working the perimeter, trying to get something open inside, and it hasn't been working. So they go inside. There's the block coming out of nowhere. Greg Clark blocked that one. Clark now brings it down. He's fired up, pushes it up court to Wright. Wright, baseline off the glass. Jeff Wright.
I don't know if that's
Clark.
I don't know if that was the greatest decision in the world he just made, but he made the shot, so it worked. Well, that's one of those where you just feel it, so you go ahead and make the move towards the baseline and throw up that running one-hander.
15-11 the score. And here's the steal. Again, Clark.
Good pass back.
Back to Clark. Clark.
Good job by Paul Roman.
His first 2 points, well-deserved. And Dondero's up 17-11 now.
It was 11-11 just a second ago, and they just took off. Got that lead back, and maybe it was just a matter of a wake-up call saying, you know, we had a big lead. What's wrong with us? Let's get it back.
You think the Oaks are remembering the last game? Look at this. Clark all by himself. Oh, and he's hammered.
He was going to dunk that.
Yeah.
That's
Chris
a good
Schweik
foul. That's
catching up to him.
Smart foul by Chris Schweik. But the last thing Kimball needs right now is a dunk.
Let's take a look.
And besides what you're always taught, don't give him the layup.
Timeout called as Clark will go to the line.
And Kimball right now has got to be saying, look, you know, we got it back and we blew it again. On Dondero, you know, what they're probably saying is, just keep playing like this. You fell into that lull for a second. Go with what worked in the first quarter and keep this thing going.
3:23 left in the first half. And the Dondero Oaks 6-0 run
In less than 2 minutes.
In less than 2 minutes, and that happened quickly. It really did. And Clark, a big cause of that with a couple of steals. Let's take a look again. Dondero coming up with a couple of them. There's Clark on the second one, looks like.
Clark, and you're going to see him and Roman run the 2-on-1 to perfection. Get the defender over there, spin him around. Now you've got an easy layup. And there's nothing that Cousins can do, because at that point you can't foul him to stop the shot. All you're going to do is give him a three-point opportunity. And their defense just picked it up tremendously in the last couple of minutes. As we'd mentioned, Kimball's doing a couple of minutes previous to that.
Anybody's ball game still, 17-11, as both teams still trying to they're still feeling each other out, trying to see what's going to happen here. And I got a feeling we're going to see some points in the second half.
You know, and from Kimball's standpoint, a sweep of Dondero can at least give you that city pride thing. And, you know, it's not going to make up for the record, but at least it's something to have. From a Dondero standpoint, I think all these Division IV teams, you just got to win a non-conference game, so it's more than just beating your city rival. Let's say we won a non-conference.
Speaking of rivals, Wayne State, the Tartars travel to Oakland University in the Bubble Dome, and they'll be taking on the Pioneers Saturday and Monday at 8 p.m. right here on TCI 63. Tune in for that one. And Oakland University now going to Division I. When will that happen?
I think it's 2 years from now.
When the dome is gone.
When the bubble's gone and built and the stadium's ready.
Stadium's built. That's what they probably agreed to. Clark gets it to go. 6'2" junior making things happen in the last less than 2 minutes. He's been the cause of that 6-0 run.
So, you know, when you talk about OU, you got to be happy for Greg Campbell. He had a lot of opportunities to leave there for Division I coaches, so instead of going to Division I came to him.
Yeah, he created that. He really did on his own in getting to that Division I classification for the Pioneers.
And it's all their sports too. It's you know, having a national champion in swimming and having a great baseball program and everything else. He's really developed that for them. Meantime, Dondero is just doing a great job on the boards.
Kimball consistently tries to get something inside, and it's not happening for him. They've got to work outside, and it's just not working.
Might have a height advantage, but it's not working. And I'm sure this is how they won the previous time, but Dondero's obviously made some adjustments since then.
Well, they have a height advantage, but they don't have their height in there, I don't think. Whistle down on the floor, and it looks like it's going against Schweik.
Yeah, Schweik gets that foul. He just doesn't get position here as Clark tries to take him baseline. Good call by the officials, and they're in the bonus, shooting 1-1.
Clark is really making things happen for John Sebastian as he looks on. A second foul for Schweik as he comes out.
Well, I'll tell you, in this quarter anyway, you know, first quarter most of it was Wagnitz. He was getting all the points, getting all the rebounds, and then when he the guy's going to get tired, and when that stopped, that got Kimball back in the game. It seems like the rest of the guys on the Dondero realized, you know, we've got to contribute as a team for us to win this game. Since then, you've had guys stepping it up like Clark.
Clark misses the 1-and-1 opportunity, and Kimball comes up with it. 19-11 the score. Dondero with the 8-point lead, and Kimball's still trying to figure out what they want to do offensively. So they shoot from outside, and that wouldn't go. Rebound taken strong by Kaufman.
Another rebound.
They have been strong on the defensive boards, Dondero has. Not giving Kimball any chance to get an offensive board. Working on the outside, Jeff Wright with it now. He gives it up to DeLeo. Inside, nice move to Kaufman. Kaufman couldn't get a nice tip. What a tip by Wagnitz to get it in there.
Just killing him on the boards.
Dale Wagnitz continues to add to his point total and really put Kimball away. Now it's up to 10 and the biggest lead so far.
And a 10-0 run.
From outside, no, it's short. Phillips couldn't hit, scramble for the ball. Wagnitz gets it and rolls it back. And a nice play right to Kaufman.
And Dondero's killing him on the boards, 18-10.
Easy.
Oh, man. And that's
13 points for Wagnitz. 13 out of the 23 for Dondero.
I mean, that's the move that you teach every big man right there. Just the spin, drop step, did it to perfection.
do it, make your decision, do it quickly. Don't hesitate down there.
Yeah, you name any center you've ever watched other than Bill Lambier, and they've done that.
Kimball now trying to get something going outside, and it won't work, and that helps Dondero with the boards again.
Wagnet's 8th rebound.
So you got Clark coming up with the steals. Wagnet's doing it offensively and defensively, as well as Clark, and you got two guys on fire. Here comes Cousins, gives it up to Malley. Malley couldn't hit. Cousins couldn't get the rebound, and it goes off of Wagnet. So Kimball will get it back. Good hustle there by Dale Wagnitz.
Yeah, I think they got away with kicking the ball at the start of that change of possession.
Kaufman goes out, as you see, number 31, Don Boss, come in for the first time for the Oaks.
When they really are going deep into their roster, getting everybody involved.
Adam Ray goes out also, and you see 40 Steve Villaro in there. Villaro with 3 points off the bench. Villaro gets it. Villaro has some room to move and gets it. No, it wouldn't go for him.
Another, well, almost another rebound for Dondero.
Yeah, Phillips comes up with it.
9 rebounds for Wagner.
And another one for Wagner, yep. Clock running down here in the first half.
I don't know if you're Wagner, you spend the second half passing the ball, go for that triple-double.
It's a big mark nowadays. Everybody's looking at that figure.
Well, never
There's
had
the steal, Cousins.
There was never anyone in Detroit before that could do it.
Yeah, right. And the foul on Dondero. Cousins will go to the line. See who picks up this one. Looks like, yeah, it is. Number 31 actually got the foul. Don Boss is who they're giving it to.
His first.
And that's his first.
They're not in the bonus.
Not a shooting
smart foul, really.
Yeah. Look at this. Malley, the sophomore, puts it down at the buzzer. So there's a bright spot before the end of the first half, but I'll tell you, they're down by 10, and in a game like this, that's a lot of points to make up. Let's take a look at the shot right before the half.
It's a 9-point quarter, but 7 of that 9 came in the first 3 minutes, I think, and they finally broke that drought. But Mike Lewis can't be happy with the way his team played.
Not after last time. He came in here, they played at Kimball last time, and a big 20-point victory at home for Mike Lewis and the Kimball Knights. And now they're on the road here, just down the road at Dondero, and trail by 10 here at halftime. The Kimball Knights 13, the Dondero Oaks 23. We'll be back with some halftime stats for you right after these messages. Stay with us.
When you call Modernistic, we'll show up with this: $35,000 worth of carpet and upholstery cleaning technology.
Call the competition, they'll probably show up with this.
Our truck-mounted equipment can professionally clean your carpets with 10 times the power of portable cleaners, removing dirt, harmful bacteria, pollens, and more.
The competition can't.
Of course, there is one thing the competition does that we can't.
They make a lot more noise.
Modernistic, count on us.
So the tire store guy says, great deal on them tires. You want valve stems? No thanks. Your tires won't work without valve stems. They're extra. Then he told me all the other extras I needed. So guess what happened to my great deal on them tires?
Only Bell Tire gives you out-the-door pricing. You get the guaranteed lowest price, and at Bell Tire, it's the total, complete, everything's included price with absolutely no extras ever.
Bell Tire.
Nobody comes close, nobody's closer.
The TCI Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Modernistic Carpet Cleaning, Comet Burgers in Royal Oak. Buy one burger, get one free when you mention TCI Sports. Mike's Market Share Coupon Book. And by Bell Tire.
The TCI Sports Game of the Week. We're at Dondero High School, and the Kimball Knights having a tough time in that first half, trailing the Dondero Oaks 13-23. And let's take a look at the Oaks defense here, giving up to Adam Ray.
Well, the Knights made a little bit of a run and were able to get the score tied at 11 after being down 11-4. But then it kind of disappeared at the second part of the second quarter.
And here come the Knights again. trying to get something going, and as Joe said, they managed to tie it up at 11 apiece. And Cousins here with his first bucket. That came in the second quarter.
Well, he can finger roll.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. Now, the block here by Clark, and this started a big 6, or actually it was a 10-0 run.
Big save by Jeff Wright. Clark able to get the break going, and yeah, they just they seem to just turn it up. And you know, the first part where they got jumped out to the lead, and you'll see Wright make the runner
off the glass.
It was all Wagnitz. Wagnitz kept it going, but then everybody else started joining in.
And then here inside to the big guy Kaufman off the bench. He couldn't hit, but then Wagnitz with the tip in, and a nice job of being there. And he's been there all night long for the Dondero Oaks. Let's take a look at the statistics for you. Field goal percentage very low, and not surprising as you see the score, 23-13, 26-35. Free throws, not too many to speak of. I'll tell you, Dondero is doing a great job.
9 out of 13, they're getting it inside, and they're causing contact.
Yeah, that's all Wagnitz on the free throws. Malley with 4 points, Villaro with 3, and then 3 players tied with 2 points for Kimball. For Dondero, Wagnitz doing it all with 15, Clark with 4, and 2 players are tied with 2 points. So those are your scoring leaders. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages. Stay with us.
I'm the king.
Of rock and roll?
No, coupons. I'm Mike Gauthier. Some people call me the king of coupons because nobody brings you bigger savings than my market share coupon book. Having trouble saving money? Then do what the Tripp family does. Carry the book, Mike's Market Share Coupon Book. You'll save thousands on things you use every day, like eyeglasses, oil changes, and cleaning from companies you trust. But you can't save unless you carry the book. Remember, you'll save a king's ransom using my Market Share Coupon Book.
Rumor has it, Comet Burgers is definitely the place to be seen in downtown Royal Oak. After the party, out for dinner, just looking for cold soft drinks, great burgers and fries, milkshakes or pizzas. Comet Burgers is the place to run into just about anybody.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Even old what's-his-name. Comet Burgers, they're out of this world.
If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
It's the way you inspire. It's the way you grow. It's the way you lead. It's the way you play. It's the way you work. It's the way you discover. TCI. It's the way you learn.
It's the way you learn.
And we're back to start the second half here at Dondero. Dondero leading by 10, 23-13. And the Knights will get it to start. Knights have really got to get something going outside to open it up down low, and they've been forcing it, trying to get something down low, and nothing's been there.
I say they've got to get something going somewhere.
Yeah.
Inside, outside, wherever. That's not going to do it. Air balls.
That time Phillips couldn't hit from the outside, and again, Dondero gets the rebound.
Right now, Dondero's just playing better. It's that simple.
Even there, it went right in the hands of Clark. And Clark picks up his 6th point of the night.
And when it's your day, it's your day.
Yeah, Clark has really sparked this team. Wagnitz has been doing it all night, but Clark that time to follow up. Inside, Adam Ray comes up with another 2 points.
Thought he got fouled too.
Still a 10-point game. Pressure being put on by Kimball. Trying to trap him.
Good press.
And they come up with it. Malley hits.
That's the second silly-looking shot he's made. He did that for the first hoop of the game. That must be the way he does it, because both times it looked just perfect. Now he creates a turnover.
That kind of looked like a foul. O'Malley getting the benefit of that one. Looked like he hit him with his feet. Let's take a look. This is the steal here, and Malley comes up with the 2.
Take a look at this little...
throws it up.
Look like Sherman Douglas, that little teardrop shot.
That's not an easy basket to make.
That's that teardrop shot, because it's not a finger roll. It's kind of a push.
Kimball with it again.
Oh, no, here he goes again. He got skills.
Malley already doubling what he had in the first half, so he's up to 8 points now.
Oh, man,
and another steal. Kimball has really come up strong here in the second half. And Dondero will get it back.
Great hustle down there by Schweik. Wasn't able to save it, but you know, when it got tied, Dondero took the lead with just great hustle on both ends. Now Kimball's trying to get back in the game that way. Look at here.
Mike Lewis had inspiring words in halftime. Cousins with another 2 for him, and it's 25-21, and there goes that 10-point lead.
Wow, now there's a little talking going on out there too, and I think that's going to happen in the city rivalry type of game, especially these schools.
A foul and a timeout.
Timeout Dondero.
Or Dondero, excuse me.
They're the ones that are seeing this thing fall apart, and I think I've got to think John Sebastian's more than a little concerned.
Looks like we have a foul. No foul. Well, the foul was on number 30, DeLeo, so we're going to go to the line. Looks like they're going to go.
Yeah, we're going to have that other foul shot.
We'll have a foul shot going to the line to
complete the 3-point play.
Yeah. Hey.
Who's that guy?
Well, I was going to ask you what you were doing last week. Joe could not make it to the Rochester Adams game, and you've been hanging out with your buddy Bill Murray.
Yeah, my golfing partner and I went to the NBA All-Star game together. Yeah, that's what it was.
Did you see any Gophers?
We killed all the Gophers.
Good. So there were no Gophers on the court bothering you.
They locked us up and threw away the key.
Well, were there any Minnesota Gophers?
No.
Okay.
Well, wait, Kevin McHale was there.
Kevin McHale. So, okay, there were some Gophers.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at field goals. First half, second half comparison so far. Still early in the second half, but you saw Dondero 7 of 25 of 19 for Kimball.
And it's more than just numbers. It's hustle.
Yeah.
Now you complete the 3-point play, and it's a 3-point game.
Cousins now with 5 points. And a 3-point game. This pressure has worked for Kimball, and now Dondero trying to break it, and no foul call there. Again, Malley using his leg. I thought he had that down in the corner, and the last play was a foul, and then now he gets away with another one.
Well, it's good hustle.
That looked like a trip to me.
Yeah, I think, well, it's happening fast, and it's one of those, I don't know that the ref wants to call anything.
Yeah,
Because it might be a charge, it might be nothing.
Yeah, and no, Malley does a great job of disguising it.
Yeah.
He's very smart basketball player out there.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Go to your horse.
Wagnitz comes up with his 15th point of the night.
Yeah, I got to think from an official standpoint, if you're not sure if it's an offensive or a defensive foul, then don't call anything. And I think that's what they're doing. It's probably the better choice than to risk making the wrong call.
But then you're gonna get some shoving, you're gonna get some talking going on. Here's a travel call.
Yeah, that's part of it. Hey, just a little jump step there, and NBA, that's okay. But
I know this goes back to your sportsmanship thing.
Let's
just take a look right here as we see Wagnitz following it up and getting the 2.
I think that's his first shot of the second half, so I think kind of got him involved.
Malley gets it blocked from behind by, DeLeo, number 30.
And he's finally able to come up with the loose ball after another mad scramble.
And now we're just playing football now.
Well, Malley again comes up, and that's a clean steal from behind, and you've just got a lot of loose balls on the floor. And again, there's no fouls in that case. It's guys diving for a loose ball. Take a look. He's just going to reach from behind, clean poke. Now you got to dive for the ball after he saves it. And it's just good hustle both ways. And this is where, stuff's going to happen, and there's really nothing wrong. Both teams are playing good, hustling basketball.
I think DeLeo was coming down court out of control, too. So, I mean, Malley took the opportunity there. Substitution coming in, and it's Wright. Jeff Wright comes in, and checking out is number 41, Roman. Paul Roman goes out. So Greg Clark will inbound. Gets it into Wagnitz. He's double teamed over his man. Off the rim. And it's going to stay Dondero ball as Adam Ray touched it.
He just couldn't get enough on it to flip it back.
Mike Lewis looks on. It's Kimball Knights coming back after a 10-point deficit to cut it to 5. Clark keeps it in. Here's Wright. Not good from 3-point range, and here comes Malley to set it up. The sophomore, Mike Malley, brings it back out now. Will set up the offense.
He plays with a lot of confidence for a 10th grader.
Kimball Knights can cut the lead down here. Malley drives. There's that confidence for you, and Ray puts it down. Adam Ray to follow it up with 2. Good balanced scoring by Kimball here in this third quarter. Spreading it between Malley, Ray, and Cousins, and they've cut it down to 3. Here's Wagnitz. Hits the base of the rim, and it won't go. And now Kimball is starting to come up with some boards as Adam Ray feels more confident down there.
I think the energy that Malley created with all his defense and the turnovers he was causing, he's caught on to the rest of the team. Right now, they're out playing Dondero.
Malley drives, baseline, throws it up. Oh, wouldn't go. Rebound strong by Clark.
Just can't keep making those.
Nope.
Nobody can.
Throwing them in.
George Gervin can do that.
They've been going for him.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great move. Good shot, really.
Right to DeLeo and then to Clark. Clark trying to get it inside. Bond score, then back out to Clark for 3. That's the first 3 we've seen tonight, and Clark puts it down.
Well, the Oaks answered everything that Kimball's done when it's gotten real close. The Oaks have had an answer for him.
Yeah, 9 points now for Greg Clark. It's been Clark and Wagnitz carrying the load for Dondero offensively. Kimball setting it up. 3:08 and counting here in the third quarter. Malley sees a little bit and then comes back out with it in heavy traffic. From way outside, that's a 3. And now the challenge has been made. It's Mike Villaro.
This game all of a sudden became a shootout.
Well, I hate to say it, but I did tell you we're going to see some more offense in the second half. Well, both teams are going to get some points on the board.
Well, when you see no offense, it's easy to see more offense. Yeah,
well, it could have stayed the same.
True. Oh, man.
Villaro tried to put up another one.
10 boards for Wagnitz.
He's on his way to his triple-double.
You got to start passing that ball.
He hasn't touched it that much. There, the turnovers 10-9. Dondero
pretty much evened out. Remember, Kimball had most of those early on.
Yeah. And that is why the game is tightened up to 3 points. Substitutions coming in for Kimball, and a breather for a lot of players as we see Phillips check in. Also Cantwell, and number 34. That is Anderson, who saw some action in the first half also.
Good D. Good poke away. Anderson. Or Villaro, I'm sorry. Villaro with the knock away.
Phillips gives it up to Malley, and they exchange passes in the perimeter. Here's Villaro. Good follow-up on the other side by Cantwell. So Cantwell comes back in after a breather. Here's the errant pass here, and it's going to go to Dondero.
Yeah, he tipped that away.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that Dondero was doing in the first half, getting the offensive boards.
Here we see Villaro, Steve Villaro.
Well, he's going to miss the shot.
And
offensive putback.
Yep, Cantwell on the other side. Cantwell now with a rebound on the other end.
And he's kind of playing the Wagnitz role for the Knights.
Dondero not showing any pressure, so comes down quickly. And is that a 3? A 3 for Joe Phillips. And those are the first points for Phillips.
This is, I believe, their first lead.
Wagnitz to the hoop.
Doesn't last long.
They come right back.
Oaks got an answer for everything.
32-32, all tied up. 1:10 left here in the third quarter. Ball stripped away from Anderson and goes out of bounds. It looks like it'll stay with Kimball. Wagnitz following up and coming right back to tie it up.
And he's really taking it on his shoulders. Seems like every time they need something to wake the team up, he comes up with the play.
Kimball has really come to life here in this third quarter.
Yeah. I don't know if you're Dondero, if you want to have to rely on one guy to do it every time. At some point, the well's got to run dry. Some other guys have got to step up and take a part in this. Wagnitz again with the rebound.
Got the steal. If you look at the momentum, it's all in favor of Kimball right now in this third quarter. They have just been scoring and have come back to take the lead and now tie it up as Dondero hit. Now Wagnitz.
Oh, good pass.
Nice pass. As he hit Paul Roman coming back around, and he hits for two.
All right, something happened after the basket. They're going to call the foul after the hoop. 52 got a foul. It's Kaufman after the basket. The basket does count.
Yeah,
a little high-low. Now he sees his man coming underneath. The defense all came up top to get Wagnitz, which they should do. He's been the hot hand. He's able to kick it underneath. And
I think it was a push on Cousins. The last thing you saw on the screen was the push from behind.
Yeah.
Yep, and it
Kaufman
was
pushed him.
From Kaufman.
Close game. You're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah. 30 seconds now left here in the third quarter, and it's all tied up, or rather, excuse me, it was tied up, and now 34-32 as we head into the last shot. Kimball wants it. They want to tie it up here or take the lead. Let's see what they do.
Right, and if the defender isn't going to come any closer, he doesn't have to dribble. The 5 seconds call is not going to start till this guy moves up.
Malley scored a quick one to end the first half. Let's see what it does here in the third quarter.
Got an open shot.
Gives it up to Phillips, way outside. Won't go, and that'll do it.
Oh, that's too late.
Oh, look at that. Shot by Malley.
Man. He's
the sophomore. He plays with a lot of enthusiasm out there.
A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of confidence.
And let's take a look at the last shot here. Phillips way out.
Glenn Rice, Dan Marley territory out there.
Not too far off on the shot. And here Malley throws it up at the buzzer. It already gone off. You see the ref waving that off as it was in the air. Let's go down to the Oaks huddle.
We're dead. Okay, let's look to go 44. If you get the ball on the press, handle it. Just don't be throwing it around. Okay, let's do something different. Jeff, you're taking the ball out. Paul, you're giving me the clipboard. You're gonna go to the open side. You see if you can get him the ball. If you can turn the corner. I don't want you going directly to the corner. So Greg, you're still going here. Paul, you're going here. If you get the ball, turn and go. Who's ever in the game on these wings, gotta fill the lanes and stay wide and attack the glass. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Defense. If it's not there.
The score 34-32, and don't forget to tune in to the Master Anglers.
Big news.
What's
Big
going on?
news. New show.
What?
The first walleye segment ever on the Detroit River.
You mean we can learn about walleye fishing now?
Uh-huh. This is big. This is bigger than those gophers. This is walleye.
Where at?
Detroit River, then the Oakland Bassmasters tournament for toys on Cass Lake.
Cass Lake. Well, that's what he calls them, toys.
Toys?
That's what they call them, and that's Thursday night at 8.
I don't know what toys are.
Right here on TCI
Is that like
63.
Toy Story, or?
I'm going to watch.
I'm taping it.
That's a historic event.
Actually, now I think I'll tape Friends. I'll watch that live.
I'm sure you won't be the only one. Malley now gives it up in the corner to Cantwell. Cross-court pass. Malley, baseline won't go. And no foul call. I tell you, that was a pretty hard hit from behind.
Yeah, refs are consistent
for the
though.
rebound. Yes, they are. They're doing a good job. They're not calling those.
And I like this a lot better than the refs making the decision on who wins and loses.
Yeah, they're playing a good rivalry here, and they're letting them play. There, oh, Joe, there you see. Well, Bill Murray would love this guy.
That's the John Candy character from Stripes. Ox. Dewey
Here's Malley
Oxburger.
trying to make something happen and dishes off inside to Cantwell. He couldn't hit, or rather he did hit.
Oh, nice D.
That was a while back.
Nice knock away by Roman. Make him try to inbound it again.
In that third quarter, here you see him again.
A lean, mean, fighting machine.
Yeah, he should be out on the court. Cantwell hitting that time. Here in the fourth quarter, the first bucket to tie it up at 34 apiece. And the Oaks will get the ball this time. In that third quarter, the Kimball Knights outscored Dondero 19-11.
Put it into a better perspective, the first two quarters combined, they didn't have 19 points.
Yeah.
And they shot 50%, so they doubled their shooting percentage too.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Cousins, and the Oaks will get it back. Pressure put on again by Kimball, and it's been working. That's what got him back in this one. We thought a 10-point lead might be tough to break, but Kimball's done it in a hurry. Here comes Malley all by himself, and he waits for some help now. 6:50 left in the ball game, 34 apiece. Malley gives it up. Now back out.
Got Malley
Phillips.
wide open.
Phillips.
Wide open.
Malley in the corner for three. Won't go.
Good
Rebound.
shot. That's the shot you want.
Taken by Bonscore, and here come the Oaks.
And that was something you could see them set that up as he ran around all the picks.
Here's Clark. Now back to Clark. Over to Roman. And Kaufman looks for help up top. Jeff Wright working on Malley. Inside. And the foul. Bonscore and Kaufman both in there providing some size. And the foul goes to Schweik. Let's take a look. Schweik with the body. Oh, you saw him push up with his elbows too. He got him good.
Hey, a free throw for somebody other than Wagnitz.
Adam Ray checks back in for Kimball as you see Schweik sitting out.
Wagnitz going to come in for Dondero.
There you see Adam Ray. So some size back in there. Starters really back in there.
Good shot. This is their first trip to the line this half. They were 9 of 13 in the first half. Weren't able to get inside and get into that contact in the third quarter.
Bonscore gets them both. Those are the first 2 points for Dondero here in the fourth quarter. Coming almost 2 minutes into this quarter.
Now for the stuff that you've let go here, it's a little ticky-tack. I mean, it is a foul, but it's...
Yeah.
I think that's what probably frustrated Wright more than anything is, hey, we've been doing it all night, and we'll call it now.
So as Kimball was hot in the third quarter, neither team doing very well here in the fourth. Only 2 points apiece. There you see team fouls. Dondero with 4, Kimball 1.
Could come up big late.
Wagnitz, good job knocking that away as Cantwell was open underneath. Cousins trying to get it to him. He will inbound. Now back up top, Malley, the sophomore. What a job he's done. Cousins in and out. Rebound strong down there by Bonscore. And here come the Oaks.
Cousins well below his scoring average tonight.
Only 5 for him. Clark just swarmed on by Cantwell, and he's going to pick up the foul as he clung to him and maybe got a little too close. That's his 4th foul. And now they can't afford too many more on the big guys because Adam Ray and Cantwell are in trouble.
If he gets out of there, then they're just going to pound it inside the Wagnitz.
Take a look. Here's the little push, 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 and then finally he said, okay, that's enough of that.
Well, I think it's one of those where the guy's going to step out of bounds at that point. You can't call him out of bounds if he's forced.
Back out up top. Wagnitz over to DeLeo, and then they work the perimeter. A whistle as some pushing goes on.
Does that count?
The basket count. It's a 3. Foul. Was it before the shot? It was after the shot.
They're going to make sure they've got it all right before they signal anything.
Basket is good. Let's take a look. It's a 3-pointer by Wright.
Yeah, he's behind the line.
Yeah.
Shots off.
So the basket counts. It's a 3-pointer for Jeff Wright.
And the foul came after the shot's in the air. So it's not a shooting foul. It's just a regular foul. And since they're not in the bonus yet, it's their possession.
So that helps even more.
Missed shot, but a rebound.
Bonscore over the basket, and Cousins comes up and pushes it up quickly. It's an offensive foul on Cousins.
And for all the stuff going on, I think that's the first offensive foul we've seen, and I think he's frustrated.
Yeah, this is not a typical night for Scott Cousins.
No, if he hits his average, this isn't even a close game.
And, well, Wright was there. He was standing there.
If he hits his average, maybe a few of these other guys aren't shooting the ball either. So
good pressure put on by Kimball, and they come up with the steal. No.
Well, I thought
it was out of bounds off of Malley, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like he might have knocked it off of a Dondero leg, but officials right on top of it.
Here's Wright to inbound. He's going to go all the way across to Wagnitz and now to Clark.
Oh, good D.
Cousins comes up with the steal. A 1-on-2, if you will. And he couldn't get it to go.
I think he spun and wanted to pass it and then couldn't find his
Good
teammate.
effort by Bondscore to get it back to Wagnitz. Bondscore now working inside. He gets it knocked away. No foul call. And finally we have a foul underneath, and it's on Jeff Wright. Well, a lot of pushing and shoving going on underneath. Let's take a look. Great effort there by Bondscore to keep it in.
Now watch Wagnitz miss this. You're going to see a lot of craziness under here. No foul on this put
right here.
And well, I don't think he fouled him. That's a good call. I think the hand that you saw was his teammate.
Bondscore complain either.
And I think it was his teammate's arm that was near him anyway. And then the foul afterwards on Dondero.
So Kimball calls a timeout. Let's go down to John Sebastian's huddle.
Guard cut through, opposite guard come over. Make a good cut. How many we got? Three they got one. If we get in big trouble, call a timeout. What we're gonna do, give me the clipboard. We're gonna start moving Brian down deep and Dale up, or it doesn't matter. Whichever side the ball's on. Let's send one guy deep this way and one guy up. Ray's in the middle here. He has to decide who to cover. Malley is also watching this right here. So watch him too. If he's got to cover him, then this guy cutting through should be open. Who do we got? Jeff Wright taking the ball out of bounds.
We should bring Brian up and send him back. If the ball's on this side of the floor.
Hey, Wagnitz, I want you on the left-hand side. I want you on this side. Brian, you're on the other side. Okay, you're staying up. Wagnitz is going deep for the finish. All right? Good passes. Hey, handle the ball.
We'll take a look at that last turnover, and Cousins not having a good offensive game, but they're a big defensive play. And coming up, I think he sees that he's 1-on-2. He's got a teammate trailing right here. I think he wanted to pass it, and now it doesn't look like it. Now it looks like he was just trying to flip it up and get a foul call, but I thought at the time he just didn't have the angle or the vision to kick the ball back to Villaro, as it was still a good defensive play.
Outside, that's Cousins for a two-pointer. And that's only the fourth point for Kimball in this fourth quarter. It's a two-point game, 39-37. Neither team really on fire here. Look at this. Bondscore, nobody on him for his fourth point of the quarter. 6 total now for Bondscore, and it's 41-37. And we're getting down to the end of this, folks.
Lakers showtime. Fast break off a made basket.
Cross-court pass, knocked away. Malley likes to dish it. Look at this. Oh, they got to go up strong. Ray just couldn't hit it.
Oh, that's offensive foul.
Look at that. No foul underneath.
Offensive foul. Oh, man. But, you know, that's one where Bondscore just, you got to fall down.
Yeah.
You got to flop and get the call.
Schwake with the elbows definitely going in and wanted some room and made it.
You've just got to flop and put on the acting job to ensure the call.
Back out, Clark, now DeLeo for 3. Joe DeLeo, the second 3 in the fourth quarter. Jeff Wright hit one earlier for Dondero.
That's major guts. Take that shot.
At that time of the game.
Yeah.
Cousins couldn't hit, rebound. Bondscore, and he went in with the body.
All right, now I'll tell you this.
Now
this is a high school kid, so he's going to be cool. If this was college or the pros, he'd probably get kicked out in the next 30 seconds because he's going to say, "I just got plowed over a second ago the same way."
Schweik right next to him did the same thing, and
now you get me for this.
Yeah,
and he'd be right. You know, if you're going to call it both ways.
Yeah. What it does is gives Kimball now another shot at the hoop.
And it gives Bondscore his third foul.
Yeah. Right now is when you need him. 3:11 left in the fourth quarter here. Malley.
Also Dondero's sixth foul, so Kimball shooting the next one.
Phillips, who hit one from out there earlier, and inside Ray comes up with 2.
Well, their big man gets the putback this time.
Clark gives it up to Wright. They break the press. Bondscore gives it up. Wagnitz goes up strong, and it's in.
If you're going to foul him hard.
And that's the difference between making that shot, and you saw Adam Ray on the other side who took some hesitation. That time Wagnitz got it, and he went right to the hoop.
They're raising the roof right here in Dondero. And right here, if you're going to foul him, hit it.
Make sure he doesn't get it.
Don't let that ball get near the rim. Hit him hard.
Wagnitz has been very good at the line.
Hit the ball. Don't let the ball get out of his hands.
7 of 8 from the line. Let's take a look. Crucial buckets right here.
This guy's he's automatic at the line.
47-41 Dondero. 2:40 left in the game. Phillips looks for help.
If I'm Mike Lewis, I'm going to get Malley back in that game real quick. His energy is missed.
They need that sophomore. He's been the spark for this team. Look at this, just like Clark has been for Dondero defensively. He's made things happen. There you see Mike Lewis, and he does come up with a substitution. Malley gets back in there, and also Paul Roman goes back in too to guard him.
Yeah, you got to have this guy in there. He's made everything happen offensively and defensively. There's Roman. He's made a couple of nice plays that don't show up statistically, but some deflections and just gotten in the face of people, made things slow down for the Kimball offense.
2:14 left. If Kimball's going to make a move, they better do it now. 47-41. 6-point edge for the Oaks. In the corner, they've got Cousins trapped. Ball's up for grabs. Wagnitz comes up with it, and now they've got to be calm with it and not give it up.
Smart play. They had right deep, but they decided to slow it up and set up the offense. Smart play by the Oaks. Don't force anything.
Inside Wagnitz back out, and they're doing a good job of just killing the clock here and finding an open man. Wright with a nice move. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound, Ray. Ray's got it strong, and now Phillips will bring it up for Kimball. A big break for the Knights as they stop the Oaks.
I don't think that's the shot they wanted. You don't want to force something. That forced layup is no different than a 3, and it's not a high percentage shot.
Malley tried the 3, wouldn't go, and now the whistle and the foul, and it looks like it's on Ray.
Bondscore with the rebound, and are they shooting the 1-and-1? No, he's out. That's 5 fouls.
Yeah. 5 or 4. Let's take a look. Now that's 5, according to the board.
According to the board, he's out. And that's the 6th team foul, apparently.
Yeah, and a substitution coming in. Well,
you've got 30 seconds to make a substitution for a fouled out player.
The question is, too, do they have 7 fouls, and should they be at the line, too?
No, they're not even arguing it. So.
Yeah. Malley with the steal. Malley throws it up. Knocks away.
And then he committed the foul coming back. Now they're at the line.
Yeah. Well, he almost
made
something happen here. Let's take a look. Great effort by the sophomore. Nice
play. The shot's just not there. Right here, you really don't even have a teammate. You can kind of dish it back to Cousins, but that would have been another one of those tough angled passes.
And he fouls Jeff Wright.
Yeah, as it is, he misses and then fouls Wright after the rebound. Now Wright gets to go to the line, try to add to the 6-point lead. Shooting the 1-and-1.
Wright with 5 points. He's got a 3-pointer to show for the night, too. And his first trip to the line. A little too hard on the free throw. Wagnitz, what a job. And, jumping on him is Schweik.
Real inadvertent.
I tell you.
Real inadvertent, though. If you see it, he's just going for the ball, and it was very...
It's funny how you saw it inadvertent. I saw it purposeful.
I don't think it was purposeful.
But let's take a look.
Take a look. He's going for a rebound. He's got to land somewhere. He's going for a rebound there. It's really not. It's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
It's a guy hustling for a rebound. He's not trying to tackle him. If he was trying to tackle him, the elbows would have hit the head.
Schweik has been tough down there, though. He's been using those arms, and that's why I kind of wonder.
You gotta like guys like that, though.
Let's go down to the huddle. When we go to Dondero's huddle, we don't go to Kimball's because they will not let us in there. So that's why we'll go down to Dondero's.
Somebody go on the short side, preferably Pollard. It doesn't matter. No, let's make Jeff right. I want you, though, to dribble in here and get to Greg. Greg is coming right behind him. Looking, reverse the ball, and then come across.
We had the flash right up there.
This is Brian right here.
No. Ball side.
I'm wide open. Don't cut through. They're not going through.
All right, so you're going to stay there. Greg, Dale, you're going down this way, okay? Don't throw it to him right out of bounds for now, okay? Handle the pressure. If we get in trouble, call timeout. When we're down here, let's go 20. Listen, we're going 20. You two are up top. You're on a wing, and you're inside. Move the ball around. We're not looking to score.
Exciting game here, 47-41. Next week, it'll be Wayne State and the Tartars visiting the Pioneers Saturday and Monday at 8 p.m. right here on TCI 63. And Greg Campy loves it when we come out there, but the results haven't been too good when we go out there.
Man, we are the jinx of all time.
We should surprise he hasn't banned us.
We should start calling the GLIAC coaches, explaining the situation, and see who offers us the most money to do their game at OU. Because OU never wins.
Wagnitz with a terrific night, 22 points, 15 rebounds, and a chance to add to that right here. Nope, couldn't do it.
But look at that.
Wow. Clark to right to Wagnitz off the glass. A little too hard.
Shoot that either.
Underneath Clark. And that's called a jump ball.
Yeah, if you don't know, if you don't know who's doing what, and that's the thing. Everybody's fouling everybody, so you can't single a guy out.
You don't
Call
know
jump
who's
ball.
fouling who. Let's take a look.
When in doubt, jump ball.
Now, I thought he fouled him right there after the shot. Schweik was in there.
Yeah, well, then he fouled him after the
Wagnitz
rebound. Now you're both fouling each other, and now it's a bunch of stuff away from the ball. It's a good call, I think. And it's Dondero's ball with the arrow, and Kimball's going to have to commit some fouls here, make them go to the line. They're not going to shoot the ball.
Dondero is just going to pass it around here. They want to kill the clock with a minute left.
Four corners. Playing
Clark.
Clark. Catch. Boom.
Open. On score.
Get the easy layup. And that's the only shot I bet that they were allowed to take.
With his 8th point. And now they're just going to let Kimball shoot. Phillips back out. Malley.
There it is. Open man.
Back out.
Oh, good save.
Nice job to keep it in and keep the clock going. Wagnitz doing a great job tonight all the way around. Now they give it to him. Another 2 for Dale Wagnitz.
10-point lead. Now if you're Sebastian, just yell at the guys, don't do anything. Just don't even worry about this. That's a travel, but they're not even going to call that. You fall down on the ground with the ball, it's a travel.
The 3 won't go. Loose ball, it'll go to Kimball with 4.9 left.
Nothing to worry about from the Dondero end now. And again, you avenge the 20-point loss. You split the season series with the city rival as you see the replay and the fast break right to Wagnitz underneath. And again, it's Division 4 beating Division 2, their first non-conference win.
Go, and now that'll do it.
And that goes, it counts, and it almost went.
It almost went. Sweet revenge for the Dondero Oaks as they counter that loss that they had at Kimball, 20 points, and they come up with a 10-point victory here at home. John Sebastian, the victorious coach, and the battle for Royal Oak comes up even this season.
Yeah, and you see after all that fighting and pushing, everyone's shaking hands, everybody's happy. It's just the way it is. You're on the floor, you want to beat the you-know-what out of each other, and then it's over, and you respect each other. And for like some of the sophomores like Malley and the juniors and the guys will be back, it's a learning experience. And if you're Mike Lewis, you say, just remember how this feels. Remember how good you felt when you beat him. Remember how bad you feel when you lose to him. And remember which one you like better.
The final score here at Dondero High School, the Oaks victorious over the Kimball Knights, 51-41. We'll be back to wrap it up right after these messages. Stay with us.
It's the way you inspire. It's the way you grow. It's the way you lead. It's the way you play. It's the way you work. It's the way you discover. TCI. It's the way you learn.
TCI Cablevision of Oakland County, nominated in 3 categories for National Cable Ace. Sports Programming. Public Affairs. Overall commitment to local programming.
And the Cable Ace award goes to Transition. The Cable Ace goes to TCI Cablevision of Oakland County.
TCI 63. See what you've been missing. If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
On the Master Anglers, we bring you the hottest fishing action around the state of Michigan. From tips and techniques to advice and stories from the pros, the Master Anglers gives you the info you need to catch the big ones. Plus, it's just plain fun. That's the Master Anglers, Thursday nights at 8 on TCI Channel 63.
And welcome back to Dondero High School, where the Dondero Oaks have defeated the Kimball Knights in a little bit of revenge, 51-41. And a very happy hometown crowd here. I should say home team crowd, because no matter where you are, you're going to be in a hometown.
Half the hometown's happy, half the hometown's unhappy.
So the home team crowd here goes away with the victory. And let's take a look at the statistics.
Well, you can see what the difference is. It's getting to the free throw line.
As pointed out by our statistician extraordinaire, Ken Phillips, because he does not trust us when it comes to reading these things.
And he shouldn't. And turnovers ended up evening out, obviously. And rebounds, Dondero, when they needed them, they got them.
Yeah.
And when they weren't getting them, that's when Kimball got back in the game.
So the biggest difference right there, 4 of 5 and 14 of 19, a 10-point difference. And that's what it ended up on the scoreboard, a 10-point difference. So that did it. Wagnet's doing a great job from the line. He pretty much carried him there. As we take a look at the scoring leaders for tonight's game, it was Adam Ray with 8 points, 9 rebounds. Cousins also 8 points, and Malley 8 points. So scoring really even and spread out for Kimball, but that's the way they ran their offense.
Yeah, Cousins didn't get up to his average. Malley made a lot happen more than just points. He kind of sparked them when they got that lead in the third quarter. Ray had foul trouble early, so he just wasn't on the floor enough to get more than 8 points. Wagnet's on the other end.
Yeah, he led the Oaks all the way. In the first quarter, he had a total of 6 and just let it go all the way through. Just continued to play consistently. 16 rebounds, 22 points. Clark with 9 did a nice job defensively as well with some steals. And Bonscore came up with 8, 6 of those in that fourth quarter, by the way. And we'll take a look at the scoring by quarters. And very, very slow-paced, and both teams really trying to get something going offensively. Couldn't do it, and they just couldn't get in sync. It was 10-4 in the first. 13-9 in the second, still a low-scoring game. And then in the third quarter, both teams came out and played their offense.
And Kimball jumped out. They pressed. They forced turnovers. They got
took
points
the lead
off the
for
turnovers.
the first time in the game.
And it's the only quarter where Dondero didn't go to the free throw line. So and it's the only quarter that Dondero didn't win.
And again, the free throw line coming up big there. And the final, 51-41. Next week, don't forget to tune in. It'll be college basketball here on TCI 63 as the Wayne State Tartars take on the Oakland University Pioneers from the Bubble Dome at Oakland University. It'll be Saturday and Monday at 8 p.m. right here on TCI 63. Don't forget to tune in for that one. For Joe Abramson and our statistician Ken Phillips, our entire hardworking TCI staff, thanks for tuning in. The final score here at Dondero High School, the Oaks 51 and the Kimball Knights 41. We'll see you next week.